recording. So this is what I forget sometime. Okay. So first is Divyani Gupta. Start from your first question. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chali.
Psychological gesture is an acting tool developed by Michael Chekhov, designed to get the actor instantly into character. It's a movement with intention that expresses the psychology of the character. It is a physical expression of an inner want, trait, thoughts, feelings, and desire of the character incorporated into that movement, which affects the performance on a subconscious level via the physical memory. It is used by many great actors today, such as Jack Nicholson, Anthony Hopkins, and Johnny Depp. Ways to use this tool. Gestures can be performed prior to a scene to trigger the character's artistic nature. If inspiration weakens during the scene, then simply envisioning the gesture in imagination can revitalize the actor. Every objective of the character that we identify can be gesturized. This transforms our intellectual knowledge of the objective into our body and voice, which are the only parts of the actor that the audience actually experiences. When we have trained our body, mind, and voice to respond to each other, then the image of the psychological gesture appears to us as soon as we read the script or storyboard. If it doesn't happen, then we can cultivate our imagination by asking questions about the character like who, what, why, and how. Our imagination will respond instantly and our body will begin to express the movement in small ways before we can even verbalize the answers. If a psychological gesture can stimulate every moment regardless of the scene, then it's an overall psychological gesture. It helps us perform at any given moment in the story. We can also have different psychological gestures for different sections, moments, or beats in the story.
Yeah, it's on the right track. It's more of like a theoretical question. So apart from that, you can use examples as you have used names of actors. You can actually pick some scene or film that you have seen where you think you can connect to that. That will give more clarity to this answer. You can use examples of scenes. Okay, and yes, more or less it's fine. It's for 10 marks, right?
Correct.
Nareshji?
Yeah.
And you can give division like key points or the way we actually we suggest that more than paragraphs. Of course, paragraphs are there, but if you give headings, then it's easy to see expect what I'm going to expect from this paragraph. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fine. I'll give you 7 for this. Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Your body language shapes who you are. Explain the code in acting. Body language is the largest part of communication, as it is all the non-verbal communication between an actor and his viewer or audience by movement or position, facial expressions, gestures, and the relative positions of a speaker and listener. Unlike words or even facial expressions, the body always tells the truth. Your body always shows what you are feeling or thinking, so it's important to master it. Body language can prepare, enhance, add, or substitute the spoken words, i.e. the lines. Age, gender, culture, and social situations all contribute to body language. Due to the above reasons, it becomes important for every actor to be able to use it consciously, deliberately, and in various ways. Body language is a mirror image of character psychology. So after understanding the psychology of a character, some physical quirks can be added to it. For example, if the character is shy in nature, his or her body will be more closed. The character would keep his hands crossed, even the chest will be in. Head would always be down. Position of body includes several different elements. Levels are very important. Example, if we wish to show dominance, we will probably have the person in authority on a higher level. closeness is also important, as there's usually much greater intensity when the characters are close together. Distance shows how intimate characters are with each other. Posture is the position of a person's body when standing or sitting. Example, a soldier would stand upright, but a drunk person would slump, and utilizing the space. Crossed or joined hands, shaking of legs, continuously looking away or down, drooped shoulders, breathing through the mouth, choked voice, playing with hair are involuntary bad body language signals until and unless they are demanded of a character. Being aware of these can help suppress them. Best way to be aware of these signals is to see your own performance.
Yes, this is also on the right track, but the divisions that you have given is, are you were thinking from body language of your body language, or like a person's body language, or character's body language? Like जब तुम सोच रही थी primarily वो क्या था?
Ma'am, character only.
कैरेक्टर, तो कैरेक्टर अगर है तो थोड़ा सा मतलब उसमें वो भी डालना पड़ेगा कि यू नो हाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम मतलब नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन जो तुम बोल रही हो वो कैसे इफेक्ट करता है एनवायरमेंटल वाइज, या फिर यू नो द वेरी बिग मतलब एक एस्पेक्ट है किसी एक्टर का, वो है कि मतलब पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट स्पेस, फॉर्मल एंड इनफॉर्मल स्पेस, तो उस तरीके से वो एक्टर का मतलब कैरेक्टर का भी होता है। तो ये सब स्पेस के हिसाब से भी आई थिंक यू कैन ऑल्सो थिंक अराउंड दैट कि एक बॉडी कैसे यू नो रिएक्ट करता है when he or she is in a private zone and in a public zone, right? Yeah, otherwise it's fine, it's good. 6.5.
Okay.
हाँ जी, थर्ड जो है आपने अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया है, तो
Yes.
एग्जामिनेशन में अगर 3 क्वेश्चन आते हैं और आप 2 अटेम्प्ट करते हैं तो इसका मतलब आपने 66% पेपर अटेम्प्ट किया, और 66% पेपर अटेम्प्ट करने में अगर आपने 70% मार्क्स स्कोर किया भी तो आपके मार्क्स हुए 100 में से कितने? 66% का 70% कैलकुलेट करेंगे आप,
20.
6 into 70 is equal to something divided by 100, ठीक है जी? तो आपके मार्क्स कितने हुए? 46 मार्क्स हुए, करेक्ट?
Yes.
46 मार्क्स को हिंदी में बोलते हैं फेल होना, ठीक है? ये ध्यान रखिएगा थोड़ा सा। चलिए नेक्स्ट, सिद्धांत शाहरपुरकर।
Your body language shapes who you are. Explain the quote in acting. Body language is defined as a type of non-verbal communication in which physical behavior, as opposed to words, is used to express or convey information. Example: facial expressions, posture, touch, and even how an individual manages the space in the are. Body language can serve a stronger form of communication than verbal language. Body language is influenced mainly by facial expressions, hand gestures, and posture. Facial expression. Facial expressions are most indicative of people's emotions and dispositions. Facial expressions describe in detail how the character is feeling. The audience depends on facial expressions to interpret motives and emotions, so they respond to a character in a better way. It is different for theater and screen acting. In theater, the actor's facial expressions are limited to certain eyesight, but in screen acting, there is a camera that is very intimate to the actor's face. For example, if an actor wants to portray a sad character, so their facial expressions will be very soft and full of sadness and tears rolling out of their eyes. Hand gestures. Hand gestures are considered one of the clearest non-verbal ways we communicate confident body or a nervous body. Hand gestures can also convey a mood, such as shrug of shoulders to convey indifferences. Arms out wide can convey that you are about to hug someone. For example, if an actor wants to portray an emotion of, let's say, gratitude, so they can put their hand on their chest and bow a little to express it. Posture. Posture is nothing but a person's body position. Posture that defines a person's particular approach or attitude. Posture includes the overall body like hands, legs, face, etc. Example, if an actor wants to portray the character of a soldier, then his body posture will always be upright. Hence, in acting, not only your body language shapes who you are, but also what your character is or what you are portraying.
Yeah. I think hand gestures, like gestures and postures, of course, it is a part of. Yeah. But I think facial expression is a very separate. It's a separate sector altogether. एक्टिंग में है ना, तो वहाँ वो मतलब फेस पे ही इतने सारे एलिमेंट्स है, आंख है, मुंह है, ये है, आईब्रोज है, तो वो एक डिफरेंट मतलब जोन है. So let's talk about the body as a whole and not specify it only. मतलब facial expression अगर करेंगे तो उसका बहुत सारा वो चीजें आ जाएंगी जो हमें बोलना पड़ेगा. तो उसको यहाँ पे specify ना करके rather let's like concentrate on the of course body postures and gestures, conscious body, subconscious body जो है, neutral body है. तो उस तरीके से एक एक्टर को मतलब कैरेक्टर को कैसे हम मतलब डिपिक्ट कर सकते हैं, है ना? तो या सो yeah, but it's a good try. Other points are on the right track, so I'll give you 6.
What is psychological gesture and how it is a tool to build a character? The psychological gesture is an amazing acting tool developed by the great Russian actor, director, and teacher Michael Chekhov. Physical gesture. We can define gesture to mean a movement that has intention. We could say that the psychological gesture is a movement that expresses the psychology of a character. Sir Michael Chekhov defines psychology to consist of thoughts, feelings, and will of a human being. Hence, the psychological gesture is a physical expression of thoughts, feelings, and desires of the character incorporated into one movement. Characteristics. Psychological gesture is like archetype. It is general representation of a set of gestures. It should be simple. Psychological gesture is the architecture or the backbone of the character. It is used to summarize the complex psychology of the character. It must be powerful whatever the person it belongs to. For example, if the character is being oppressed on all sides and is looking to break free, a person or an actor can start withdrawing themselves in a defensive position. Tools to build a character. Psychological tool to build a character. Psychological gesture is the tool or a method to build character given by us by Sir Michael Chekhov. He created a path which is called leading questions, in which we cultivate our imagination by asking questions. Example, if an actor has to play the role of a villain, he or she can start asking questions like what is the character's desires? Is it power or money, etc. Next question can be how do you go about getting it? Is it by dominating or by blackmailing? The next can be what will be the character's physical movement? Is it by dominating or pressing down on the other person or by materializing on any prominent piece of information, etc. Exercises. Now we start to practice it with the psychological gesture. Start with your hands as high as possible and press them down against an imaginary resistance. Picture the character's opponents as you are pressing down to the floor. Then add quality to the press. Example, frustration, rage, fear, etc. Then see if the quality matches the psychological gesture of the character. Does it fit the character? If you feel the quality in every ounce of your body, then freeze that quality. Lastly, add emotion to it and picture the body of the character. This is how psychological gesture is a tool to build a character.
Yes, on the right track, but तुम इतना याद रख पाओगे एग्जाम में?
कट पेस्ट है सारा ज्यादा. तो ये जो चल रहा है ना एक्सरसाइज वाला, जो पूरा का पूरा चैप्टर जो आपने चलाया हुआ है यहाँ पर, ये आपने कहीं से कॉपी पेस्ट करके रखा है यहाँ पर? नहीं,
ये मैम त्रिपुरारी शर्मा के मैम में क्लास में हुआ था, उधर से मैंने मोटिवेशन लेके इधर डाला है, लाइक उधर से इन्फ्लुएंस लेके
वहां से आपने ये पार्ट जो है गूगल में सर्च करके लिखा नहीं है उनको सुनने के बाद आपने. मैं केवल इतना कहना चाहता हूँ.
Yes, I can understand this is a more of a theoretical question and मतलब इसीलिए we have to be like really careful while attending this one. मतलब अगर रटना है तो रटना पड़ेगा और मतलब I don't know how much time you have, so it's more of like you understand the thing and then you can write it in your own words, that will be easy. But you yeah, but वो चीज रखना पड़ेगा कि मतलब you don't have the time to learn it, so you have to be like really focused. Yeah. Yes, I mean, it is, of course, it is on the right track. As I was saying that you can use examples, exercise use किया है, example भी use कर सकते हो where you feel that the character have मतलब films में हो सकता है, theater में हो सकता है, जहाँ पे वो character ने ये method use करके कुछ मतलब तुम्हें लगता है जो you can use. Yeah. 6.5.
So I will repeat the same sentence which I repeated first time. 2 क्वेश्चन आपने अटेम्प्ट किए हैं और अगर ये एग्जाम होता तो आपने 66% अटेम्प्ट किया और आपके जो है 66% में अगर आपने 70% मार्क्स अटेन किए दोनों क्वेश्चन में तो टोटल मार्क्स हुए आपके 47%. एंड आई विल रिपीट द सेम सेंटेंस. इसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं फेल. ठीक है, ये ध्यान रखना थोड़ा जिंदगी. आगे बढ़ते हैं, क्योंकि भ्रम नहीं रहना चाहिए कि 70% मार्क्स हो गए मैं तो पास हो गया. आपने एक क्वेश्चन तो अटेम्प्ट किया ही नहीं, जबकि आपके पास कम से कम 5 या 6 घंटे थे. चलिए, आदित्य नारायण मिश्रा, आइए.
Psychological gestures are a deeper aspect of body language developed by Michael Chekhov, a student of Stanislavski. The technique was developed as a measure to condense Stanislavski's time-taking process of getting into the character. Chekhov's argument for the process is that the mind and body are one, and if mind accepts something, then body does too, a fact exploited by Stanislavski. But the vice versa of this fact is also true, which was exploited by Chekhov. So by finding the gestures associated with a character, repeating it and increasing the scale of the gesture over time while repeating could incite the emotion, psychology, and mental state associated with the character. The aspects of the gestures are as follows. Body. The actor uses his full body to make the gesture. Starting small, the actor allows the gesture to grow until a full, simple movement is created, using the actor's whole self. Breath. The gesture you must be simple enough to allow for one deep and full breath to be used by the actor from beginning to end. Effort. The gesture should require a certain amount of effort without losing control or ease. Extremes of motion. The gesture should follow the laws of composition. Triplicity. It has a beginning, middle, and end. Polarity. It must end as far away as possible from where it began. Transformation.
आप ये ट्रिप्लिसिटी को एक्सप्लेन करेंगे थोड़ा सा?
सर लिखा तो है, it has beginning, middle and end.
मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ ना. Extreme of motion, the gesture should follow the law of composition. थोड़ा इसको एग्जांपल दीजिए.
सर आपने वो लियोन द प्रोफेशनल मूवी देखी है?
नहीं देखी. और बोलिए.
तो उसमें गैरी ओल्डमैन करके एक एक्टर है.
और फिल्म पकड़ी है आपको, इंडियन फिल्म लीजिए.
सर वहीं पे मैंने नोटिस किया है ये चीज, और कहीं मतलब आज पढ़ा और मेरे को
बनती हैं, बड़े बड़े लोग बैठे हैं यहाँ पे भी. ठीक है, तो हिंदुस्तान की किसी भी फिल्म का नाम ले लीजिए, रे से लेकर अडूर गोपाला कृष्णन तक.
सर ये जो चीज है साइकोलॉजिकल जेस्चर, मैंने वो सीधे मेरे माइंड में जब मैंने वाज रिसर्चिंग अबाउट इट तो मुझे वो मूवी का एक पार्ट याद आया.
आ गया. अब एग्जामिनर ने वो फिल्म नहीं देखी. अब मैं कोई गोदाद की कोई उटपटांग फिल्म के बारे में बात करूं, कोई बर्गमैन बात करूं, आपने वो नहीं देखी होगी. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता ना, जीवन में सब फिल्में हर आदमी ने देखी होंगी. तो मेरा क्वेश्चन क्या है कि आपका जो ये आंसर लिखा है एक्सट्रीम ऑफ मोशन, इसको इंडिया की किसी भी कॉन्टेस्ट के सिलसिले में आप समझा दीजिए. बात खत्म. मैं आपसे ये बोल रहा हूँ. कहना चाह रहा हूँ वो ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि टीप टाप के यहाँ पे लिख दोगे ना कुछ, तो उससे बेटा कुछ होने वाला नहीं है जब तक आपको वो समझ नहीं आए.
नहीं सर, ये समझ के लिखा था, लेकिन मेरे को एग्जांपल बस वही दिमाग में आ रहा है.
एक मिनट की बात सुन लो. मैं इस धंधे में 25 साल से बैठा हुआ हूं. मैं जो कहना चाह रहा हूं वो ये कि कोई चीज समझ आ गई, ये कैसे पता लगता है? आपको कोई चीज समझ आ गई, ये कैसे पता लगता है? ये पता लगता है कि अगर आपको कोई चीज समझ आ गई तो आप उसको समझा सकते हैं. अगर आपको समझाना नहीं आ पा रहा है, इसका मतलब आपको खुद समझ नहीं आई. वो ये डेफिनेशन है समझने की. आपको कोई चीज समझ आ गई, कैसे पता लगा? कि अगर वो चीज आप किसी को समझा सकते हैं, वरना तो आपने नकल मार के रट रुटा के यहाँ पे टेप दिया। तो मैं आपको वही बताना चाह रहा हूँ कि आप जो बात लिख रहे हैं वो आपको पता ही नहीं है कि बात क्या लिख रहे हैं। पहली बात यही बात ये ट्रिप्लिसिटी में आती है, इट हैज ए बिगिनिंग मिडल एंड। तो बड़ी सिंपल सी बात है, मैंने पेन उठाया, पेन पहले स्टैटिक था, उसके बाद बीच में आ गया, फिर एक पॉइंट पे जाके रुकेगा ही रुकेगा। जैसे पेंडुलम का डेफिनेशन होता है, सेंटर से चालू हुआ, लेफ्ट गया, फिर राइट गया। तो इसमें ये जो ट्रिप्लिसिटी की जो आपने बात लिखी है, इस बात का क्या महत्व है, मतलब उसमें कुछ इंपॉर्टेंस, कोई भी चीज है जो तो भाई फिल्म शुरू होती है, मिडिल होता है, एंड होता है। गोदार्ड से एक बार एक आदमी फ्रांस का जो खतरनाक आदमी है, उसका नाम है जॉर्ज फ्रंजू। जॉर्ज फ्रंजू ने एक सेमिनार में गोदार्ड से पूछा कि डू यू बिलीव दैट इन द फिल्म देयर इज अ बिगिनिंग मिडल एंड एंड। उसका आंसर ये था, यस बट नॉट इन द सेम ऑर्डर। एंड कुड बी इन द बिगिनिंग, मिडल कुड बी इन द बिगिनिंग। तो आपने जो पॉइंट लिखा है ट्रिप्लिसिटी का, इसको मिडल, बिगिनिंग मिडल एंड, तो हर एक्शन का बिगिनिंग होती है, मिडल होता है, एंड होता है। हर कोई भी एक्शन होगा, शुरू होगा, बीच में पहुंचेगा और फिर खत्म होगा। तो इसमें कनेक्ट क्या है इस चीज का? ये जो कॉन्टेक्स्ट में जब आप बात कर रहे हैं, ये तो हर चीज के लिए वैलिड है, कोई भी एक्शन होगा उसके लिए वैलिड है। तो आप अपना स्पेस जो है, जो आंसर का जो स्पेस आपको आंसर शीट का जो दिया जाएगा, अगर आपने डाउनलोड कर लिया हो अपना एडमिट कार्ड, तो उसमें लिखा हुआ है कि कोई बाहर से आंसर शीट आप नहीं लेके जा सकते। आपको जो आंसर शीट दी जाएगी उसी स्पेस में आपको बड़े मेटिकुलस तरीके से गिने चुने शब्दों में लिखना। तो अगर आप इस टाइप की इररिलेवेंट चीजें वहां लिखेंगे तो आप अपना स्पेस बर्बाद करेंगे। एग्जामिनर के दिमाग में एक इंप्रेशन डालेंगे कि आदमी फेंक रहा है उठपटांग की बातें इधर उधर से, इसको क्लैरिटी नहीं है। दैट इज व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से। रेस्ट श्रावस्ती would say. Okay, polarity पे आ जाइए।
It must it must end as far away from as possible from where it began. Transformation, each step along its journey must be seen and felt, no shortcuts. Artistic frame, the gesture should be visualized fully prior to it to it being activated physically. Once the action is undertaken, it should be radiated and sustained through the actor's life body. It should then come to a natural conclusion with ease and conscious awareness. Quality, once the gesture has been created physically, the actor then decides with what quality they will perform the gesture. For example, the movement can have a quality of melancholy or austerity and or cowardice. Tempo, how fast or slow the gesture is performed can have profound influence over characterization. Rhythm, how the gesture moves through space can also affect the gesture. For example,
जो शब्द लिखे तुमने जरा बोल के सुनाओ।
staccato, legato and chaotic melodic.
क्या मतलब हुआ इसका?
सर नहीं पता।
Oh God!
मैं यही बताना चाहता हूं तुम्हें कि जो तुमने तोते की तरह, तोता रटता है, तुमने कट पेस्ट करके कंप्यूटर से चिपका दिए हैं यहाँ पे, इनको पहले समझो। समझोगे तो समझा पाओगे।
Aditya, are you the one who was talking about dance and interested in dance? No.
No.
Sorry.
Ma'am, these middle points I have Googled 4 or 5 points.
गूगल करने में मुझे कोई समस्या नहीं है जीवन में। गूगल एक रिसर्च का मीडियम है, आप रिसर्च करिए, बट रिसर्च करने के बाद जो आपने रिसर्च करा है उसको पहले खुद समझो, और खुद समझ गए ये कैसे पता लगेगा? किसी को पकड़ लो, उसको समझाओ, जो घूम रहा हो आसपास, मम्मी को ही समझा दो, अपनी मम्मी को समझाओ। कल अब ये जो तूने लिखा है, कल जो है पराठा खाने के बाद आलू का सुबह, अपनी मम्मी को समझाइए ये तूने लिखा है। अगर तेरी मम्मी को ये बात समझ आ जाए तो इसका मतलब तुझे बात समझ आएगा, और तेरी मम्मी को ये बात नहीं समझ आई तो समझ ले तुझे भी समझ आएगा। ये तरीका है समझने का। चलिए
एग्जाम्पल सर वो मैंने खुद लिखा है, वो तो पढ़ने दो।
कौन सा एग्जाम्पल खुद लिखा है तुमने, हम भी समझे थोड़ा सा।
वही गैरी ओल्डमैन वाला सर।
गैरी ओल्डमैन इन लियोन।
Gary Oldman in Leon. Okay.
Yeah, had a distinct twitch in the body while he took his tablet. Though it suggested not to though it is suggested not to use the gesture while performing, actors have time to time done the opposite. Yeah.
मैंने देखी नहीं है फिल्म तो मुझे थोड़ा समझ नहीं आ रहा है ये चीज, बट कोई बात
ये तो वो नटाली पोर्टमन, लियोन, right?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. So, yeah, मतलब it's not about the example whatever you are using, that's fine, but the answer मतलब वो ये इतना ऑनेस्टी रखो आंसर में, ठीक है जी, जो समझ में आ रहा है उतना ध्यान से ठीक से लिख दो, जितना भी सिंपल हो, इट डजंट मैटर, क्योंकि क्या होगा, तुम्हें अगर 3 क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करने पड़ेंगे, एक क्वेश्चन ये है इसमें तुमने गूगल से कट पेस्ट करके बहुत अच्छे से लिखा, the next question which you will be attending with your vocabulary will be so different कि एग्जामिनर को पढ़ के ही समझ में आ जाएगा कि ये इसका vocabulary है और ये कट पेस्ट है ना? तो एटलीस्ट कीप योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, योर लैंग्वेज, योर vocabulary, your stock of words, your way of attending each question, keep it, because that is going to make you different from others, just the way मतलब actors काम करते हैं, जो यूनिकनेस की बात मैं करती हूँ, तो वो अपने हिसाब से रखो, नहीं तो पकड़े जाओगे, है ना?
मैम वो मिडिल का पार्ट है, बाकी वो मैंने जो खुद लिखा है उसको तो मार्क कर दीजिए स्टार्टिंग का।
टोटल मार्क्स,
लेकिन ये रिदम तो तुमने ऐसे ही बोलो कि लिगाटो क्या है, बोलो
मैम करूंगा आज रिसर्च।
स्टिकेटो क्या है, ये तो मतलब नहीं पता तो मत लिखो, इट्स ओके, बट जो लिख रहे
वो
हो
मिडिल का पूरा थोड़ा गूगल से लिया था, स्टार्टिंग का मेरा खुद का है मैम, वो स्टार्टिंग का अपने वर्ड्स में लिखा है अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग में।
हाँ ठीक है, अटेम्प्ट किया है यही मतलब वो है, ठीक है 5, आई विल गिव यू 5।
5 का मतलब होता है 50%, जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं फेल, ठीक है, ध्यान रखना। चलो आगे डिस्काउंट भी लगा लो मेरी तरफ से 10% का, तो भी 60 हुआ। 60 वाला भी आदमी एफटीआई में फेल माना जाता है। वहां पर खेल 72 प्लस का है। लास्ट ईयर का कट ऑफ 74 मार्क्स था। जितने लोग यहाँ चद्दर ओढ़ के सो रहे हैं, गूगल के भरोसे बैठे हुए और अपना वीडियो ऑफ करके चद्दर में घुसे हुए हैं, ये सब लोग समझ लो, लास्ट ईयर का कट ऑफ 74 था। इस साल का कट ऑफ मेरी जो जनरल नॉलेज और खोपड़ी बोलती है वो 76 प्लस जाएगा, ठीक है। तो 76% मार्क्स चाहिए तुम लोगों को अपने आप को ओरिएंटेशन के राउंड तक पहुंचने में, जहां 76 लोगों को अपॉर्चुनिटी दी जाएगी परफॉर्म करने की, ध्यान रखना, ठीक है। चलिए आगे बढ़िए, बॉडी लैंग्वेज पे आ जाइए।
Our body language shapes who we are. This is a fact of life. Every human being in the world has a body language which can be studied to get information about the person's nature, mindset, background, region, socio-economic status, and age. Body language not only affects how others see us, but it may also change how we see ourselves. Power posing, standing in a posture of confidence, even when we don't feel confident, can affect testosterone and cortisol levels in the brain and might even have an impact on our chances of success. It's a proven fact that 55% of the communication between humans is through the body, rest is voice, tone 38%, and words 7%. An actor's job is to temporarily change who they are, not just to the audience, but to themselves. Only then they can truly get into the character. Sir, thoda swipe kijiye. Thus, getting the body language right is of utmost importance. Apart from getting the body language of the character that you have designed right, it is also important to reduce traits of your own body language while performing. It is impossible to get rid of your own body language completely, as they are a result of years of growth and development of your personality, but it is important to acknowledge those traits of your body language and not let them arise while performing. To be aware of the body language, one must shoot the performances and record the performance and analyze it during rehearsal to see what gesture of his own are leaking into the character or is coming out as bad body language. Body language is nothing but a mirror image of character's psychology. So once you understand the psychology of the character, add some quirks to him or her. For example, if the character is shy in nature, his or her body will be more closed. The character would keep his hand crossed. Even the chest will be in, head would be always down. This is just one example. You would have to find the right body language for the character.
Yes, yes. Okay. These are also, I mean, इफेक्टिव है, बट द थिंग इज वो डिविजन्स क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा है पहले से कि ये पैराग्राफ में मैं क्या मिलने वाला है मुझे, है ना? अदर देन दैट, मतलब बॉडी लैंग्वेज प्राइमरीली हमें जो दिखने को मिलता है, दैट इज लाइक वी एक वॉक कैसा है, ईटिंग स्टाइल्स या फिर सिटिंग स्टाइल्स या रनिंग स्टाइल, और जहाँ पे पूरा बॉडी एक दिख रहा है, नॉट कंसेंट्रेटिंग ऑन वन पार्ट ऑफ द बॉडी पर्टिकुलरली, बट जहाँ पे पूरा ऐसे बॉडी का एक्सप्रेशन आ रहा है ना? तो वो एक ओवरऑल हमें क्या वो कर रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ अ फार्मर, for example, if a farmer suddenly enters a 5-star hotel, for example, ठीक है, ये उसका जो ये कॉन्ट्रास्ट जो है वो उसके बॉडी में ओवरऑल दिखेगा, है ना? तो वो क्या चीजें हैं जो हमें दिखाई देगा? How he is going to walk? Is he going to walk the same way he walks in his field? Is the walk is going to be same in the hotel? Is he going to eat the same way in the hotel? So what are the changes overall body में आ रहा है? तो इस तरीके से तुम डिवाइड करो, मतलब एक एक पैराग्राफ में क्या क्या बोलने वाले हो उस तरीके से एक एक चीज डिवाइड करके बोलो, तो ये आसान हो जाती है टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली यू आर ट्राइंग टू से. Okay, but it's a good attempt, so I'll give you 6.5.
एक क्वेश्चन थोड़ा मैं भी समझना चाह रहा हूँ जरा, आपने बड़ा
ये तो वो है, मतलब ये डेटा है.
Fact that 55% of communication between humans is through the body. Rest is voice tone 38% and words 7%. घर में जाके सोने से पहले एक बार दोबारा से ये जो सेंटेंस है इसके बारे में सोच. सोने से पहले ये जो सेंटेंस है इसके बारे में सोचना. यहाँ पे टाइम बर्बाद नहीं करेंगे हम. खुद भी सोचना कि क्या तुमने जो लिखा है क्या ये ऐसे ही होता है या वास्तव में कहीं से इधर उधर से किसी ने कुछ बकवास लिख दी और तुमने वहां से बड़ा इंप्रेसिव होके इसको यहाँ पे चिपका दिया. इसके ऊपर जाके घर पे सोचना. ठीक है, ये भी अपने आप में क्वेश्चन है, ये पूरा का पूरा ये एक अपने आप में क्वेश्चन है. या तुमने मेरे को क्वेश्चन दे दिया है यहाँ पे कि जो गिव योर स्टेट, डू यू एग्री और नॉट, ये अपने आप में क्वेश्चन है जो आ सकता है एफटीआई के अंदर. ध्यान रखना. लेट्स मूव टू अनदर वन. ओके गांधी जी आइए. 2 क्वेश्चन है, थर्ड आपने अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया है, तो अब तक आपके जो भाई बहन है यहाँ पे
ऐसे बोल दिया नरेश जी, इन्फॉर्म लाइक ऐसे कुछ रखा था कि 3 में से 2 क्वेश्चन अटेंड करने हैं.
No, he did. All 3 questions are supposed to be attempted by them, but इनको वो जो कॉमेडिया दलात जो है वो पल्ले नहीं पड़ा खोपड़ी के अंदर, और ना किसी ने दिमाग लगाया गूगल में ढूंढने का. और ये अगर थोड़ा दिमाग लगा लेते तो सब लोगों को मिलता.
हाँ, वो भी
थोड़ा उसको देख के क्या अफराद है. चलिए गांधी जी आइए. वंदिता गांधी आ जाइए थोड़ा.
How psychological gestures helps to build the character. Psychological gestures means your inner true feelings which reflects outwardly in your personality or in your action. It is a process of building the character's inner world. To build the character's true life, one should understand the inner psychological facts about that character, like what your character thinks, what is the thought process, what is the character's need, fear, strength, likes, dislikes, what makes him or her angry or relaxed, what he or she thinks of himself or herself. For example, Daniel Day-Lewis is my left foot who started behaving like Christy Brownie in day-to-day life. Also in boxer, he truly became a proficient brawler, and every callus he endured crystallized into the skin of boxer. The 3 years it took to grasp the everyday life of prize fighter guaranteed that his 5 senses were synced with his character, so that when the director called action, Daniel Day-Lewis did not have to act, he could just be the character.
श्रवस्ती आपका सिग्नल नहीं आ रहा है यहाँ पर.
Yes. So I mean, ये जो आप
यहाँ से चालू होता है इनका.
yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. Apart from the theoretical part, in terms of example, for example, मतलब Daniel Day-Lewis specifically कुछ किया उसने before the film, or exactly what he did? Apart from the fact that he started living the character, what do you think that in terms of psychological gesture he did?
He believes that we should not only connect the character physically, but our mind and soul should also get connected. So he in LinkedIn, he started listening the recordings of that person. So to get the voice, तो उसका जो thought process है वो समझने के लिए.
हाँ, तो फिर उसने जेस्चर में क्या लाया उस थॉट प्रोसेस को? फॉर एग्जांपल उसने म्यूजिक सुन के फिर उसको जब मतलब इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की बात आई तो उस चीज से डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड होके उसको कुछ नया जेस्चर मिला, या फिर वो उसने कुछ डिस्कवर किया अपने कैरेक्टर के बारे में?
आई एम लाइक अभी मुझे एक एग्जांपल आ रहा है, देयर विल बी ब्लड में उन्होंने शायद एनिमल का एक्सरसाइज किया था जो लास्ट मोनोलॉग है, तो उनका जो एनिमल था आई थिंक गोरिल्ला था. आई फेल्ट लाइक ही बिकेम मतलब उन्होंने जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक अप्लाई किया एनिमल इंस्टिंक्ट का, तो मुझे लगा लाइक द एग्रेशन एंड हिज बॉडी लैंग्वेज वाज लाइक गोरिल्ला टाइप या लाइक बेंड था थोड़ा एंड बहुत ही एग्रेसिव था. आई फेल्ट लाइक ही यूज्ड द एनिमल एक्सरसाइज इन दैट.
Okay, then use that example. I think that is more specific because ये थोड़ा सा वेग जैसा आ रहा है क्योंकि मतलब उसने बिहेव करना शुरू कर दिया. बिहेव तो करना ही पड़ेगा. He is a method actor. Of course, he was living the life of Christy Brown for long and then he started shooting for it. वो तो है. But ये particularly psychological gesture में कौन सा आता है example? है ना?
I think there will be blood आएगा.
Fine, yeah. Otherwise it's okay. और थोड़ा सा descriptive हो सकता है, ये थोड़ा सा मुझे कमी लग रहा है, but yeah, on the right track. 6.5.
और जो ये WW तुमने लिखा हुआ है इसको देखो, वहां पर जब एक बड़ा फॉर्मल, ये कोई दोस्तों के बीच में आपस में नहीं लिख रहे हो, ये फॉर्मल सिचुएशन है जहाँ पे आपको ये सब आंसर लिखने हैं. तो कहाँ पर कैपिटल वर्ड से आएगा, कहाँ क्वेश्चन मार्क आएगा, कौन आएगा नहीं आएगा, ये सब चीजें आपको थोड़ा सा वहां पे याद रखनी है और इसको ध्यान देना है, तभी जाके मार्क्स मिलेंगे. और आप लोगों की तरह आप थोड़ा एक स्टेप और नीचे चली गई हैं. 3 में से एक ही क्वेश्चन आपने अटेम्प्ट किया है, तो 33% अगर आपने अटेम्प्ट किया और आपको 100% मार्क्स भी अगर मिल जाए गलती से श्रावस्ती से, तब भी आपके 33% ही मार्क्स रहे टोटल. उसका क्या मतलब होता है वो मैं 2 बार बोल चुका हूँ. ठीक है, तो ध्यान रखो थोड़ा सा. Don't behave like the way you already have reached under the wisdom tree and opened up your old mouth. Ajit Singh, आ जाइए.
Psychological gesture was one of the integral Michael Chekhov technique in understanding the psychology of a character. This was a movement that would embody the psychology and objective of a character, executed inwardly during the performance. This was an external way of achieving an internal state of understanding and developing a character. Michael Chekhov believed the key to the actor's will was through his movement. It is an effective tool to build characters and can be understood by the example enumerated below. So please can you scroll down? For example, in the play Picnic by William Inge, the character Rosemary described herself in the dialogue, "I am trying to get him to propose me despite the fact that he does not want to marry me, so that I won't turn into an old maid." Now, in order to understand the inner psychology of the character and her objectives, gestural verbs can be introduced in the above mentioned dialogue to get more insight and build a plausible and convincing character. Instead of getting him to propose, we can replace this with a gestural verb like "I am trying to pull a proposal out of him." Instead of the fact that he does not want to marry me, we can replace this with "despite the fact that he is pushing me away." Instead of "I won't turn into an old maid," we can replace it with "I won't shrivel into an old maid." Keeping in the mind the above replaced statement, when the actor does these gestures, actions of pulling a person toward them, getting pushed away by this person, and coming into a realization if they do not achieve this, they will contract and shrivel into an old person. These external movements will help the actor to get an insight, explore, and tap the inner psychology of the character. Thus, these external movements, psychological gestures, can be the starting point for an actor to get insight of the psychology of the character, which will further help the actor in building the character.
Okay. So in your answer, you're trying to say that changing the words or the grammar of the
Actually, ma'am, just adding gestural verbs to the dialogue. Like if I say I want to be a mayor, okay, and if a guy isn't saying I want to be a mayor, I am pulling the mayor's chair closer to my heart. So when you
yes,
do,
but here we are talking about more of like, you know, the non-verbal part of it. When I mean, if we add words later and we start with the action first, then how it's going to affect?
okay, maybe I've not understood, maybe I'm not written it correctly, but what this is trying to say, it's not to replace the words, is to actually replace the putting an action. It's not to replace the dialogue, that I replace the dialogue. This dialogue will be said as it is. But when I'll be saying this dialogue, right? I'll be pulling, then I'll be getting pushed away. And then
yes, but you are starting with the words, right? You're starting the process, you're starting with dialogues, with words, with whatever verbal things are there. But here it's saying that you should start with a gesture and then reach the word.
Okay.
इसको अगर तुम उल्टा कर देते हो तो क्या होगा?
Actually, the words are used to get the action by what she wants, you know. The word is not going to replace the dialogue. The dialogue remains the same.
Yes, but
what
are
the
the
pulling,
gesture?
pushing,
What
and
is
the
the action?
pull is the first action, that you're trying to pull somebody closer to you because you want to marry that person, and that person does not want to marry you, so he's eventually pushing you away. You're getting a feeling of being pushed away.
Yes, but in this way, how? What are the physically उसका action क्या होने वाला है, which is going to
would be
support her psychology, which is going to support her psychological status.
Okay, like if I can understand, like if I can relate, it's like when she says that I'm trying to get this person to propose me, whatever, if there is a pull action, that we do not say anything, this is non-verbal actions we are doing before performing the scene. So the first thing I will do is try to pull something towards me, and then I will feel that I'm getting pushed away by the same thing, the thing I'm trying to pull. And then I'll feel that I am going to shrivel like an old person because I'm not able to get that thing. Now, this is all non-verbal. This would never be said. These words will never be used by me.
But your answer is not communicating whatever you are saying now.
Okay. I'll correct it out.
That is important.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you try it once again?
Okay, I'll send it to you, ma'am, on the mail.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, but good attempt. I don't know. I mean, I want to see like how you rewrite. That will be more. If I mark that will be more effective, I guess.
I will rewrite and send it to you.
Okay.
I will say something which Shravasti will not say. There is no opportunity given to any candidate to rewrite their answer in the examination. एक ही वहां पे चांस मिलता है, जो भी लिख के आ गए उसी के ऊपर मार्क्स दिए जाते हैं. ठीक है, तो ये ध्यान रखना, पहली बात. और दूसरी बात जो वंदिता गांधी को बोली थी, मैं आपको भी बोल देता हूं. आपने 3 में से एक क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट किया, even if it was 100% marks, your overall score was 33%. So we are done for today in terms of break. So it's 9:50. We'll break for 10 minutes. We are having a little early break today for you. So your alarm will ring at 10, but we can do now, and we'll be back at 10 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
सर
हाँ जी बोलिए।
एक क्वेश्चन था, एक और
कौन बोल रहा
क्वेश्चन
है
है।
ये?
वंदिता,
हाँ बोलिए।
राइट अबाउट द थॉट्स ऑफ एनी टू स्कूल, तो एग्जैक्टली उसमें टेक्निक के बारे में लिखना है या फिर लाइक ली स्ट्रासबर्ग या कोई भी
को आपका क्वेश्चन समझ नहीं आया, दोबारा पूछिए क्वेश्चन क्या था आपका।
राइट अबाउट एनी थॉट ऑफ टू स्कूल्स।
हाँ तो एक्टिंग टेक्निक्स के जो दो टू थॉट हैं, जैसे माइजनर है, ग्रोटोस्की है, बर्टोल्ट ब्रेथ है, स्टेनिस्लावस्की है, और जो दो आपको और करवाए गए हैं, जो एक फ्रेंच नाम है, क्या उसका एकदम से दिमाग को कर रहा है मेरे। तो आप कोई से भी दो, माइकल चेकोव ले लीजिए या फिर अपना जो और जो स्कूल करवाए, कोई से भी दो स्कूल पकड़ के आप उनके बारे में ब्रीफली छोटा 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 जो है लिखिए।
तो उसमें टेक्निक्स भी लिख सकते हैं ना?
टेक्निक ही लिखनी है, उसकी क्या टेक्निक है
अच्छा,
भाई? माइकल चेकोव क्या है? अब किसी को माइकल चेकोव तुम्हें समझाना है तो कैसे समझाओगे? इसलिए बार बार ये बात जो है इम्फेसाइज कर रहा हूं कि आपको अगर कोई चीज समझ आ गई है तो मैं वैसे ही मजाक में बोल रहा था, मम्मी को समझाओ। मम्मी का मतलब ये है कि कोई भी पढ़ा लिखा आदमी जिसको थोड़ा परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट में इंटरेस्ट है मान लीजिए, तो आप उसको कैसे समझाएं? आपको ये एक्टर को ही किसी को समझाना है दूसरे को, उसने कोई नहीं पढ़ा मान लीजिए ये सब, हिंदी बेल्ट का आदमी है कोई, उसने ये सब किताबें नहीं पढ़ी, अब आप उसको कैसे समझाएं? तो अगर आप उसको समझा सकते हैं इसका मतलब आपको भी समझ आ गया। वरना जो जितनी भी अंग्रेजी में लोग लिख रहे हैं उसमें से आधा मुझे पता है कट पेस्ट चल रहा है, because your language cannot be that specific in terms of the way it is written in a book until unless you mug it up. तो उसमें आप दो कोई सी भी टेक्निक ले लीजिए, माइजनर ले लीजिए, एंटन चेकोव ले लीजिए, आप स्ट्रासबर्ग ले लीजिए, कोई सा भी लेके आप उसके बारे में लिख सकते हैं, बट उसमें बहुत फोकस तरीके से लिखना है। क्योंकि जनरली मैंने जो स्टडी किया है, क्वेश्चन पेपर जो है, अगर वो क्वेश्चन पेपर 5 मार्क्स का है तो आपको 1 पेज में लिखना है, अगर वही चीज 10 मार्क्स की पूछी जा रही है तो आपको 2 पेज में। और ये बहुत कैलकुलेशन किया हुआ है मैंने उसके अंदर। एक मिनट का टाइम दीजिए, अगर वो मुझे मिल जाए कार्ड पे, यहाँ पर कंप्यूटर रखा हो गई, उसके अंदर जो है पूरा कैलकुलेशन है कि इतने वर्ड्स होते हैं, इतनी लाइन आती है और इतना वो होता है, तो मतलब करीब करीब एक पेज का मतलब है 250 से 300 वर्ड्स। तो अगर 5 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है तो आप 250 से 300 250 वर्ड में लिखिए, और वही क्वेश्चन अगर 10 मार्क्स का आता है उसी चीज पे, चेकोव की टेक्निक पे या किसी पे भी, तो आप उसको 500 वर्ड्स तक में आसानी से लिख सकते हैं। बहुत फोकस तरीके से हेडर्स याद होने चाहिए आपको, और हेडिंग के अंदर 4-4 लाइन का एक्सप्लेनेशन आपके पास होना चाहिए। अगर वो 5 मार्क्स का है तो आप उसको 4 लाइन की जगह 2 लाइन लिखिए, और अगर वो 10 मार्क्स का है तो उन्हीं 10 हेडर्स को आप जो है 4-4 लाइन में लिखिए। हेडर्स आपके उतने ही रहेंगे, उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन जो है 2 लाइन की जगह 4 लाइन में हो जाएगा, जिससे 2 पेज भर जाए आपके। और अगर वो एक ही पेज में लिखना है 5 मार्क्स का है तो आपके हेडिंग 10 रहेंगे, 2-2 लाइन के अंदर उसको निपटा सकते हैं। और बोलिए। यहाँ पे पूर्णिका शर्मा नाम की एक लड़की है, वो है यहाँ पे या मोबाइल ऑफ करके घूमने चली गई? हाँ जी। Okay, so Shavasti, you would like to start from which particular slide, because you have a 3 slide today.
3 slide? No, this one is fine, which you have opened.
Okay. Mime and Comedia.
Yeah. I'm wondering why no one has attempted this one.
घबरा गए ना लोग, ये इटालियन नाम पढ़ने के बाद ये लोग घबरा गए, इन्होंने कहा चक्कर में मत पड़ो।
Okay, but this is very simple.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
Attempting somehow for strange.
Rather, इसके बारे में काफी Google में available है.
Available है, correct.
ठीक है. तो basically in terms of, if we look at the history, then I would say that the mind started more way more before Commedia dell'arte, and mine started around in Greece, where theater of Dionysius used to happen in Athens, and Dionysius was the god of performance and and sexuality and wine, everything which was prohibited at that point of time. Dionysius used to represent those section or those aspect of a human psychology. And there used to happen this festival where everyone will let go of every kind of inhibition and protection and prohibition and everything, and they will just enjoy in their own way, going out of the rule. Okay, so there it started, and actors wore masks and performed outdoors before audiences of 10,000 or more, and the honor to the god of theater, Dionysius. And later on, of course, mime started with single body, only the body of the artist, only the face and facial expression of the artist, not even words. As we know, it's a silent form. Later on, it developed, it is said, around 1545, इटली में, तो वहां से ग्रीस से इट गॉट क्या बोलते हैं उसको, वो भी प्रोहिबिटेड हो गया. द एक्शन, द काइंड ऑफ फेस्टिवल यूज्ड टू हैपन और आर्टिस्ट, द परफॉर्मर्स प्रोहिबिटेड हो गया. तो देन दे शिफ्टेड टू इटली eventually, and then their commedia dell'arte actually took the form, and that form is more of a street theater form. और उस फॉर्म में काफी वो हुआ, मतलब वो कॉमेडी है एक तरीके से, ह्यूमर है उसमें, लाफ्टर है, इट्स फनी, बट देयर आर एलिमेंट्स व्हिच इज लाइक मास्क या फिर एग्जैगरेटेड कॉस्ट्यूम, या ये सब चीजें डाल के एक नया फॉर्म तैयार हो गया. ओके, विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो कॉमेडिया अगर स्टाइल के हिसाब से हम कंपेयर करें तो कॉमेडिया इज अबव ऑल स्ट्रीट थिएटर. इवन व्हेन प्लेड इंडोर्स, द स्टाइल इज street theater in many ways. It is bigger, faster, louder, wilder, more energetic, and therefore more structured and disciplined. It also has to do with acting in a mask. The laws and conventions for mask acting is not the same for other styles of acting. तो mask acting काफी जगह पे है, ग्रीक थिएटर में भी मास्क का बहुत सारा इस्तेमाल होता है, but this mask is different and it is very signatured commedia dell'arte mask. commedia dell'arte characters जो मास्क पहनते हैं, it is very signature. So जैसे ही मास्क हमने पहन लिया तो only way of communication हमारे पास रह जाती है the body gesture, hand gesture, whatever is left, वो जितने सारे चीजें हमें कम्युनिकेट करना है वो है बॉडी से. So similarly, even in mime, तो the face mostly it is painted, और उसमें एक स्पेसिफिक तरीके का मेकअप होता है जो एक स्टिलनेस देता है, फेस का एक स्टिलनेस देता है. तो in that way they are related in a way. But how they're different? There are many elements involved, such as facial expression, body language, hand gestures, etc. In mime, I'm saying, some of the most well-known mimes to try are being trapped. माइम जो एक्ट करते हैं वो स्टाइल के हिसाब से, तो ये कमेडिया जो है वो एक नैरेटिव लेते हैं, और उस नैरेटिव से जनरली जो होता है, एक राजा होता है, उसका एक नौकर होता है, और उसके बीच में जो कॉमेडी या फिर जो भी स्लैपस्टिक चीजें चल रही है वो होता है. बट इन माइम देयर आर स्पेसिफिक नैरेटिव्स जो उसका स्टाइल डिपिक्ट करता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बीइंग इन अ ट्रैप्ड बॉक्स, remember it's completely silent, walking a dog, eating, pulling a rope, walking on a really windy day. These may sound easy, but in fact are actually difficult to master, because mime has a codified language, has a codified discipline, जिसके अलावा तुम, जिसके बाहर तुम नहीं जा सकते हो किसी भी तरीके से. There is very less possibility of improvisation in this art form. Then some other moves are leaning. ठीक है, leaning on an imaginary table or leaning against an imaginary post, and of course the famous stationary walk, जो एक जगह पे खड़े होके एक माइम आर्टिस्ट वॉक करते हैं. We'll go to the next one. Characters. So characters, for example, एक major कैरेक्टर कमेडिया में जो होता है वो है जनी का। जनी जो है वो एक सर्वेंट है। अदर कैरेक्टर्स आर देयर, हार्लिकिन है, पोर्टेलियन है, काफी है, पेंटेलॉन है। तो उसके बट वी लेट्स टेक वन कैरेक्टर फॉर एग्जांपल जानी, जो बेसिकली इज एक्चुअली गिविंग द ह्यूमर थिंग। ह्यूमर का जो ज्यादातर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होता है वो इस कैरेक्टर पे होता है। और माइम में the defining characteristic of Pierrot is his naivety. Pierrot is also a servant's character, but more of like fool, often the butt of pranks, and yet nonetheless trusting. So, but हम जब भी, for example, like let's go to the next slide. In terms of characterization also, if we see, so the right one is the mask that is used by Zani, and the costume in the left character is Zani's costume, and in the middle one is the mime character Pierrot, जो कि similarly वो servant, वो भी servant है, but of course we could see the difference in appearance and also in terms of body language when they actually perform. We'll go to the next one, costume and makeup. तो जानी का जो कॉस्ट्यूम होता है वो ऐसे बैगी कॉस्ट्यूम होता है जैसे कि हमने देखा पिक्चर में, एंड दिस क्लोथिंग वाज ट्रेडिशनली मेड आउट ऑफ फ्लावर सैक्स। तो ये जो मतलब मैदे का जो बस्ता होता है उससे वो बनती थी पहले, and also it was similar to the dress of peasants and farm workers of the time. So Zani was primarily a representation of of the working class, precisely. Now how the costume and makeup appeal, like what we see in mime artists now generally popularly, जो mime बोलते ही हमारे आंखों के सामने जो image आता है, that actually started by Marcel Marceau, and he was an internationally known French actor and mime artist. He was particularly known for the Bip the Clown, the character or the show that he started, Bip the Clown, for which he wore a striped pullover and a battered top hat with a flower sticking out of the top. So ये जो striped वो है जो हम देखते हैं ज्यादातर mime artists में, so he is the one who started. So I'll request Naresh ji, I have emailed you the links. Yeah.
One.
Can we the first one? First one?
First one. This is the one.
No. इसके पहले?
हाँ यही है, ये मतलब इसी को थोड़ा सा रिप्ले करेंगे.
No, not this one. इसके पहले और एक है.
आपने मुझे ओके मार्स
चार भेजा है. हाँ, this one. Yeah. Can you?
मैं वो थोड़ा करता हूँ.
We will move forward a bit. This is Marcel Marceau, mime artist.
Mime is as old as the world. It is the art of expressing situations without words.
As you see the painting on the face, it actually resembles the mask, but it's not a mask. So that is a very major difference between mime and commedia. Maybe it's inspired from mime, but it is the presence of mask and the absence of mask.
ये एमएसक्यू का क्वेश्चन हो सकता है जो लोग सुन रहे हैं कि the major difference between so and so is 1, yes, 2, yes, or 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Naresh,
So
you were not audible.
quickly we will see the commedia one, the next video that you were showing. Yeah.
One second. This one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was trying to get through something which is like traditionally dressed, लेकिन ये अभी मिलता नहीं है उतना. तो ज़्यादातर now the Commedia, there is a institute also, I think in Copenhagen, yeah, Commedia dell'arte Institute. There also artists, you know, do it in a more contemporary way. Traditionally अभी होता नहीं है उतना. Have anyone heard about this Aryan Mushkin? Have you heard about her? Aryan Mushkin? Aryan Mushkin, the theater director. Okay. So Aryan Mushkin is a French theater director, and she actually used Commedia a lot in her process. So she actually, you know, her directorial work or whatever, her work with actors is primarily based on Commedia dell'arte. So that is the contemporary director who has taken an art form like this and has you know, developed certain process for, you know, contemporary plays or today's plays. So she is one of them who has worked with this form, Commedia. So it's a very physical work. As we can see the difference that here the physical you know, gestures and postures are quite open and it's not as close as mime. And of course the presence of mask, which is not there in mime, but the characters are same in the sense their origins are different. Zani is different, Pierrot is different, but they are both servants. But how they are appearing as characters are different. Maybe the purpose of the character is same, but the appearance is completely different. Okay, so now how if we talk about mime and gesture and, you know, this Commedia, what are the characters where, you know, we get to see in films nowadays, which is like highly inspired from this mime and Commedia. I have chosen two performers. First in Buster Keaton. He is I think contemporary to Chaplin, apart from Chaplin, of course. But I was trying to, you know, name some other performer other than Chaplin. Of course, you can always talk about Chaplin as greatest comedian of the century, for the lifetime. But other than him, for example, I think he is one of those people who actually okay, we'll see the video, then we'll understand how he's different from Chaplin and how. 2 minutes 36, yeah, 30, yeah, 2 minutes 36. Yeah, fine. Remember, this is also silent. So in his appearance, it is more of like, you know, physicality is extremely there, but facial expression is more or less like very straight. which in like Chaplin is very expressive in that way in terms of facial expressions, but he's not. But of course, the kind of comedy and he creates, it's also, it's basically very physical. Okay, you can see it's a long performance. You can see whenever you want. So yeah, this is Buster Keaton. Other than him, I think our very own Mr. Bean. He's extremely spontaneous. He's very expressive. His comical timing is amazing, and silent gestures are very effective. And of course, this whole, I think, mime in that way I see in his performance a lot.
Shall we play?
Yeah. Oh God. We'll forward a bit. Yeah. Forward. We can go to the bit. Okay. More forward, we can go to the examination hall where he is, he'll be writing. Is okay, wait. Is it a wrong? Which one is it? Is it the one which I have sent?
नहीं वही है गड़बड़ हो गया कुछ इसमें मैं अभी एक मिनट थोड़ा सा वो वहां से आपके मेल से निकाल देता हूँ
हाँ.
class material in today's class YouTube Bean ये रहा
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just little
Exam
bit.
starts now.
So all the expressions are very exaggerated, and but still we can relate to it. We are finding, because it's exaggerated, we are finding it very comical. and he's not even using a single word. Yes. So in this way, I was thinking we could attend this question and we could see the difference. Buster Keaton is a different kind of a performer, and he was from the silent era, and he was extremely physical and everything with straight face, which also this forms have has got a similarity with. And whereas Mr. Bean is from today's time, it is from the talkie era, but he is taking help from the non-verbal form, and actually making it completely a different it has taken it to a different level. But all his gesture, posture, everything, both the actors has the primary inspiration has been from mime or commedia, and the exaggeration they have created, and then later they have modulated, evolved it, and used it accordingly in films or screen performances.
I'll just add Shravasti here.
Yeah.
Some of you may not be knowing, when they were in Shravasti was in second or third year probably. There was a play called Apna Rakh Paraya Chak, which was the same form was used by various artists from her batch, and it was directed by Kanhaiya or Kanhai?
No, Chittaranjan Tripathi.
No, it was not Chittaranjan. It was not Chittaranjan, was different one. Chittaranjan was.
You are talking about the Miser one.
Miser one.
Yes, Kanhailal.
Yeah. So he directed. That was the first production, and it was. If you really wanted to understand in a contemporary scenario, not in a contemporary scenario, I mean, a production which was recently done in that art form. So probably that would be a good video to watch. But the problem is where to find the videos. Anyway. So
yeah, it's in the archive. Yeah,
archive, which is really difficult to dig it out. Anyway, so and also there's a filmmaker called Jacques Tati from France. He has made only 4 to 5 films, and Monsieur Hulot's Holiday, then My American Uncle, then 3 more films he has directed. He acted himself as well as directed, so which is a very stylized kind of a, I would not say mime, but yes, more or less slapstick comedy, you can call it. A similar format, the way Chaplin did it, but he did it a little different way. He has a typical body language all the time. He will carry a pipe, he will carry a little stick. So it's a good idea to watch any of his film if you can.
Yes. And also like in between जो आता है काफी, for example, clowning भी आता है इसमें.
Correct.
And yeah, so these are all overlapping forms, but has got मतलब elements from each other. So and has taken a separate form, a shape together. Yeah. Okay, we will go to the next question.
Body language.
Body language, yeah. So, is this the first slide?
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, the second one. So, of course, we have our own real body, which is different. Of course, in many ways, it's going to be different from the character. It is our job as an actor to identify the differences and work accordingly in that way. For example, if we analyze the background of the character, I think yesterday also I was talking about this, then we will get lots of information which will actually help me to understand the kind of body language that I have, how it is different from the characters. In terms of pace rhythm बहुत यहाँ पे मतलब I think body language पे अगर हम बात करें तो यहाँ पे बहुत एक बड़ा factor है, because pace and rhythm depicts so many things, depicts the kind of person you are, the kind of socioeconomic background, your emotion, your state of mind, your everything is dependent on pace and rhythm. So as I was saying, that it is mainly jo walking, speaking, sleeping, talking, eating, ये जो हमारा रेगुलर जो एक मतलब रूटीन होता है एक बॉडी का, नहाना, खाना, ये जो रेगुलर रूटीन होता है, चलना, सोना, तो इस रूटीन में सबसे ज्यादा बॉडी लैंग्वेज समझ में आता है, कैसे मैं बैठ रही हूँ, कैसे उठ रही हूँ. So these are the things which actually depicts what kind of a person you are. So ये जो मेजर चीजें है, इस चीज को हम अगर थोड़ा सा समझ लेते हैं, इस चीज को हम एनालाइज कर लेते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल इन टर्म्स ऑफ पेस, रिदम, पैटर्न एंड रिपीटेशन. पैटर्न तो ऑफ कोर्स है, और वो पैटर्न तभी बन रहा है जब मैं एक मतलब रिपीट कर रही हूँ, हर एक एक्शन को रिपीट हो रहा है, हर एक स्टाइल जो है वो रिपीट हो रहा है, और उस तरीके से मेरा पैटर्न बन रहा है एज अ मूविंग बॉडी. दैट इज माय बॉडी लैंग्वेज, दैट इज गोइंग टू डिस्क्राइब मी. तो कैरेक्टर अगर हम अप्रोच करेंगे तो उस चीज को पहले समझना, इन चीजों से उसको अगर हम थोड़ा analyze करते हैं, then it gets easy for us to crack the body language of the character. Okay, now next, so conscious body होता है और subconscious body होता है. Conscious body है कि मुझे पता है कि ये जो बॉटल है मैं उठा के अभी पानी पीने वाली हूँ. I am taking a aware, action. I'm doing a very aware action. My mind and my body is doing the same action, thinking the same thing and doing the same action. And अगर इस पानी को लेके कोई मेरे ऊपर ऐसे डालता है, तो then I am not aware. I was not prepared. My body was not prepared. So I'll react through the subconscious of the body. जो बॉडी का जो और जो रिफ्लेक्स और इम्पल्स होता है, वो उस I'll react from that. So that action comes when the body is not at all prepared. So yeah, so when we are preparing about the character's conscious body, then we will have to also understand the kind of transformation it is going through according to the shifts or transitions in life. If the conscious body actually have this pace of drinking this water, slowly opening the cap and drinking the water like this, maybe when he is not in a different state of mind, and maybe in hurry, and he wants to leave right now, that is also a conscious body. Maybe the pace will be different, but the action will have a different action will still come from a conscious mind. बट वो जो अब सब अनएक्सपेक्टेड सिचुएशन होता है जब सबकॉन्शियस में काम करते हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो will actually, if we can, as a character, when we are building up a character, analyzing a body language of a character, we have to think the character in both the situation. So if the conscious body of the character is acting like this, how the subconscious body will act when sudden things will happen to this body? So how this body is going to react, how this body is going to communicate, how this body is going to resolve things. So us tarike se we have to think when we are working on the mind of the body. Okay, the next one, in जो मैं बोल रही थी formal and informal body, ये सबसे ज्यादा वो आता है when how the body reacts in public and private spaces. So whenever we are talking about this, but remember, we are not talking about ourselves, we are talking about the characters. Even we also have different, of course we have different body languages, but we have to think from the character's point of view over here, and how the character is going to, it's appearing when it's in the public space, when it's private space, how is it going, how the character is going to behave in a comfort zone. even when I'm in a private space, for example, I am with my family, for example, my my parents are there, or my kids are there, or something like that, then also it's not, I would say, it is a private, it is a informal state, but still it is not the unaware self of you, because you have a comfort zone there, you have a private space where you are comfortable. Now think about the character when it is completely alone. Then how the body language is going to change of this character, how the all those nuances are going to come out, which this character hides generally, but it's there stored in the subconscious. And then when they are completely aware of it, then those things come out. When they are completely alone, they have their own private space, when they are having their own comfort zone, then how the body language changes, then how he is reacting to things, then what are the things, what are the changes that is coming. We have to understand that also while preparing a character. The next one, different emotions of the body. Now, body reacts to different emotions as per the psychology of the character. A body might stay calm even in anger and can move hysterically while laughing. According to the character, an actor would depict body language as per the emotion. So it absolutely depends on what kind of, however way we are trying to analyze this till now. The emotion is something which is which we can add later to it, because we have to fix the rhythm, we have to fix the pattern, then we have to repeat the pattern, then we have to understand the conscious body of the character, then I have to understand the subconscious of it, then in a formal informal way, and then comes the emotion, where it will actually add dimension to the character, because that is the primary goal of the character, because as per the situation we have to emote, and this emotion, that emoting through body language, is something which is which comes later, but the most important thing, I think. Now that would also everything is related, everything is correlated, all the points are correlated, but when it comes for emoting through body, for example, how the body language will change when a particular overpowering emotion is actually dominating that situation, that completely depends on the psychology of the character, and as per that the change we can bring in that particular character. And lastly, of course, the neutral body. The next slide, neutral body, where there is a state of mind where it's almost blank, and so is the body. So the body, sometimes it is said that the mind is never blank, but that is also that 0 point where it says that through meditation and through other methods, you can reach this point where you can actually control the mind so much that you can actually make the mind completely blank. So that means that your body is also neutral, your body is also not saying anything, not communicating anything, not giving us enough information about your state of mind, or about your background, or about your habits, about your patterns. Nothing is getting communicated. So that body is also a very important one, because you might need that body as well if you when you are characterizing. That is also a body, that a body language that is that might you can use as per requirement as an actor. So you also have to be aware as an actor, what does neutral body mean, neutral body of yours and neutral body of characters, what does that mean? Then only you can develop a more deeper sense, deeper body language of that character in depth. That is what I meant to say. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
I think there are 6 only. There are 6.
Sorry?
There are 6 slides in this neutral body.
Next question, maybe.
What I'm saying is, there are, in this particular slide, there are 6 different slides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the last.
Yeah, yeah.
So point out the difference is already been covered. The Michael Chekhov, we have covered or not?
No, no.
So you want to start with the Michael Chekhov now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what difference you were talking about?
No, that was another slide which we have already covered.
Acha. Yeah. So as we all know what psychological gesture, who has, of course, Michael Chekhov has started or founded this one. So I was going through this interview which Chekhov has given on theater and the art of acting in 1955, in the year when he passed away. So that one of those guidelines of Michael Chekhov, one of those is this psychological gesture where the actor must use intangible means of expression while acting and rehearsing to achieve tangible results. So intangible, first of all, वो tangible बोल के क्या बोल रहा है? Tangible for him is body, speech, voice. And now the intangible elements are feelings, imaginations, and sensations. Now, that is the method he is talking about, that to perform like it is, to perform outwardly, if we are taking inspiration and working on them, rehearsing them and using them during performance, the inward gestures of the character, ठीक है, जो outwardly invisible है, but inwardly they are very much present, and it is something which is going on in the psyche of the character. The next slide. So let us understand this a little bit more. So yes, so gesture, if we can, important idea, of course, Chekhov has developed this by which will actually, of course, psychophysical acting बोल के जो हम समझते हैं, वो of course he started developing this process, and this is about that. The way I was telling Ajit, that it is about that. It's the opposite way of method. So method में काफी चीजें हैं, and there is a realistic acting में there is a very big presence of text का बहुत ज्यादा मतलब बहुत importance है, और words का importance है, और the delivery का importance है, the way, the tone, the the quality of the voice, and everything is important. These are the things which are important in realistic acting. So Chekhov is talking about something completely different, which is words, text, ये बाद में आएगा. Let's talk about the body of the character or the psyche of the character first, and then see through that can we reach the text. कि टेक्स्ट से शुरू ना करके हम साइकी से शुरू करके ऐसे उसको प्रोसेस रखते हैं कि टेक्स्ट ऐसे ही आ जाएगा. The main purpose of psychological gesture is locating the substantial idea of action, articulating it and conveying it through stage expression. So again the same thing कि gesture है कि action, जो action यहाँ पे for example the character is doing, let's talk about that action particularly. If we find that action and let's understand उस action के पीछे what's the psyche that is actually pushing this character to act like this in this particular situation. So उस psychology, अगर वो साइकोलॉजी अगर हम समझ जाते हैं और उस साइकोलॉजी को समझने के लिए, उस एक्शन को और बिलीवेबली करने के लिए अगर कोई जेस्चर का हेल्प हम लेते हैं तो क्या होगा? So how it's going to help? Maybe I am not doing that gesture. Maybe actually I'm not doing that gesture. I'm just taking inspiration from that gesture to emote through the action at that point of time. Basically, psychological gesture can be considered a connective link between the creative work of imagination and physical expression. So exactly. So for example, the example which I have used in this at the end of it is like, for example, I am watching a tree. ये बहुत ही एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल है जो मैं काफी यूज करती हूँ, बट इट हैज गॉट द एलिमेंट which is, you know, which is quite communicating. I am watching a tree. So a tree which is like, it's giving me this impression of happiness, and I am thinking that when this character is going to act happy in this you know, in this particular scene, I am going to take the inspiration of the tree, of the movement of the tree, the happiness, the impact of happiness it's giving me when I'm following, observing, imitating the tree. That is the imagination I'm going to have, but my physical expression is going to be the happy one of that particular character in that particular situation. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. The expression of psychological gesture, its quality and intensity requires a high concentration and the incorporation of the physical body. So, ये जो high concentration and incorporation of the physical body बोल रहे हैं, because I am starting from that. I am starting from the fact that that my body is going to express. Forget about text, forget about words, forget about everything else. If I'm left with this thing that my body is going to act, my body is going to do this particular action, so how the intensity is going to vary. If I'm talking about happy, if I'm taking the inspiration from a tree, so maybe I'll take you know, I'll imagine a full bloom tree, maybe in spring, and it's quite windy, and the way the tree is moving, the flowers are moving, and the kind of, you know, pattern and rhythm it's creating, and actually our orchestra is going with wind and the tree, and it is giving me immense happiness. So my imagination is actually lifting my intensity and the quality of the physicality I'm going to do. Okay, if I'm going to act as a happy character or a happy, you know, state of mind, the character which is in a happy state of mind, and how the intent, so maybe it's that particular character is not that happy, maybe like a smile is coming, that kind of happiness is there, then maybe I'll think of the tree in a calm afternoon, when it's not very windy, it's a very silent, but still it's like, you know, having little halka wo hil rahe hai, and I'll get that inspiration from that particular image in my imagination, and then I'll add quality to the action. Okay. A psychological gesture functions as a concentrated external form that conveys the idea of an action or meaningful backbone of the role. So, meaningful backbone in the sense, for example, there are, you know, if we take like dominating, for example, if we take the dominating emotion of this particular character, how he or she is going to, you know, most of the time in what kind of state of mind is there, the dominant rasa of this character is this, and as per that I create the structure of the character, and as per that I put gestures into it, and I can create actually the action pattern of that character, which will actually help you to give that structured backbone of the role. जिस structure पे depend करके तुम other things you are going to add to it, how is going to speech is going to be, how it's going to how body language is going to be, how these are the things I'm going to add to it, but my structured backbone of the role is going to be is going to be dependent on the maybe dominant emotion, and as per that the psychological gestures I am choosing and imagining while portraying the character. Okay, the prism of psychological gesture, we can formulate our definition that Chekhov's actor playing in the surrounding environment is trying to reach and penetrate his mental body. So we don't have the answer right when we have started to work on the psychological gesture. Remember, we are trying to find the answer, we are trying to crack the character, we are trying to make a imaginary situation, environment, circumstances for the character, and as per that positioning of those environment, we are actually trying to develop the psychological gesture of the character. And when we are putting environment, and when we are putting situation, that actually to give us some kind of guidance as an actor to crack the character, to crack all the questions that this character is asking, or the questions that the character demands answer, or the questions that you have regarding this character. So in this way, by putting ourselves in such a situation and everything, we can actually crack the mental state of the character, and generally we can end up having a proper graph of the psychological gesture this character could have. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. The technique of psychological gesture becomes a fundamental lever that helps activate those layers of imagination and inner state which cannot be reached with any other methodical tools. So again, they are talking about the subconscious of the character, because it is also related to that. So ye imagination जब हम करते हैं, then as me, I'll imagine to some extent, as a character I can imagine to some extent, and then we can actually crack the subconscious of the character and imagine in that level. So this technique with repetitive action and with regular practice of this pattern of this approach, we can actually push our imagination, strengthen our imagination, or actually expand our imagination and the inner state, of course, and eventually it is going to get revealed, or it is going to impact my physical body and as an actor, and that is also of course going to add quality to it. And I'll also, as an actor, will also feel comfortable with the method with time, and will fall back to that each time when I'm messed up, or I'm confused in that way. Okay, it's the example that I was talking about. So you look at a tree, to try to observe the vibration of the tree, try to feel the tree, try to imagine the happiness it is creating inside you, and then you try to incorporate the gesture of the tree while you emote happiness. Modulate according to the character and the situations. Okay, any questions? I think we are done.
So we are done for today. Shravasti, as we discussed, tomorrow you are traveling, right?
Yes, tomorrow I'm traveling.
Sunday, in the same time, Can we do that film of Dream, what we talked about? Kurosawa's?
Yes, we'll do. No, we'll analyze Dream on Sunday.
Sunday.
Akira Kurosawa. It's available on YouTube. If you have time, you can watch it.
Okay, fine.
Well,
So-
I'm telling the students. I know you have watched it. Yeah.
No, but I also need to watch again because I saw it many years back. So I
Yeah.
got it from my little library.
Yeah.
So Thika, we are launching the poll. So thanks for you can sign off and these people can just mark
Thank you.
their attendance if they feel like. जो लोग अपना अटेम्प्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं दे स्टार्ट अटेम्प्टिंग बिकॉज दीज आर द एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चन व्हिच कैन कम लास्ट ईयर जो आ चुका है उसमें से आने के चांसेस कम रहते हैं घुमा फिरा के वो लोग पूछ सकते हैं कुछ भी बट you really have to attempt all the question irrespective of the fact whether it is good, bad, ugly, and try to do it in your own personal language so that it is more clearer to you and you will remember till examination. It is not just writing here. You have to remember them in examination because there is where you're supposed to write. Okay. So by tomorrow morning, we will cover up the MCQ and I have prepared some new questions on Marc Chagall and some other guy. So Edward Hopper is another very important American painter. We will discuss some of his paintings. So I'm just concentrating and on one particular aspect called international painters and some architect of Indian architect also have prepared some question. So we'll do tomorrow that.